Shashank, we've had our first upset of the tournament, and what an upset it was. New Zealand beating India by 58 runs. New Zealand bowled India out for 102, chasing 161. And this was something that not many people saw coming. This was a very different New Zealand to the New Zealand that's sort of seared in my memory from the 2023 T20 World Cup. It was quite a performance. But what did you make of India?
I think India were rattled early. I mean, they came into this game with a lot of confidence. But I think we missed a little bit of an opportunity in the build-up to send a number of players in the squad on the 8 out of Australia. If you look at the squad of 15 that's here, probably it's just 2 players in the reserves over there in Australia. So playing against a quality lineup, especially the lower order batters you saw today, they ran the risk of front-loading the batting, especially with Harmanpreet Kaur at number 3. And you have Shafali, Smriti and Harmanpreet as the top 3. Then probably if it comes good, then, it looks sensational. But on days when you lose a couple of wickets up front, it exposes the lower order, and the lack of experience kind of showed. The likes of Arundhati Reddy, competent batter, but again, hasn't had the opportunity to exhibit those skills at the international level. Same with Pooja Vastrakar, again, can hit the long ball. Shriyanka Patil can do the same, but they just haven't had the chance for India for some reason. So opportunities missed in that sense. But looking at the way they came about in the chase, I mean, you could see that they probably didn't expect New Zealand to post 150 because the surface wasn't all that spinner friendly, you think, because you thought that it'd take turn going forward. But what happened was they probably thought Dew would come in. Dew didn't come in, so India were also kind of hampered by the fact that the ball wasn't coming on as quickly. So a lot of things went wrong in the sense that they were just rattled early on. Once they lost those 3 wickets up front, it just completely went down. And so what India could do better going forward is, I know it'll be admitting to a mistake, or it'll be taking a drastic action if they were to move Harmanpreet lower down the order. But I think they need to find a better balance to the batting, which at this point seems a little on a slippery slope.
Sure. And there's one moment that we have to talk about, pretty controversial, at the end of the 14th over of New Zealand's innings. So Deepti Sharma delivers the ball, Amelia Kerr hits through extra cover, they run a single, and then the fielders got the ball. In the meantime, I think the umpires handed back Deepti her cap, but the batters go for a second run. The ball comes in, Amelia Kerr looks like she's run out. Everyone thinks she's run out. Amelia Kerr thinks she's run out. She's walking off, and then she's called back because apparently it had been called dead ball. What did you make of that whole situation? And is that a moment that rattled India, do you think?
It certainly got them a little annoyed because they felt they had the wicket. But having said that, they dismissed Amelia Kerr off the next ball that she faced. So in that sense, they actually didn't lose much. If you look at the overall context. But I think it was such that there was a lot of confusion. I mean, for some reason, the umpires felt that, since the bowler had asked for the cap, and that's when they thought that the over had ended, so they had signaled it a dead ball. But that's when New Zealand thought that they were alert to the possibility for second, and they tried to steal a second, and they quickly realized that probably they had erred as well. So for a moment, you didn't know who had erred, whether it was the batters who thought that they can steal a second when there wasn't, whether it was the umpires who misinterpreted the possibility of a dead ball. Was it Deepti Sharma who was eager to take the cap from, the umpire to, finish the over? So, it was a little confusing for everyone, including us, because we couldn't quite know if the umpire had called it a end of the over. So, confusions there, but in the end, I think you had to just move on from that. I mean, it didn't cost India a lot, but I don't think they should really dwell on this. I mean, there were bigger issues for them to look at going forward. And not just the loss, I think the magnitude of defeat is what is going to hurt India. And if they have to win, they have to win now with big margins, and absolutely no margin for error now going forward.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting to see if and how they bounce back, and also how New Zealand, if they manage to keep on a bit of a roll now, they've got this one under their belt. So we look forward to seeing more.